What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome to Bigfoot Input. I know it's been a minute. Let's see if I can remember how to do this thing. It is Christmas Eve, and we're gonna get a new video out for you guys before the end of the year here. All right, let's jump right in. We got this one from Rebecca Rollison, who is part of the Bigfoot World group. And again, this is one of those things where it's like I can't tell if it was in motion as it was being taken, or there's just a lot of discussion going on right now about why pictures are coming out blurry, and a lot of the opinions are leaning towards, well, is it infrasound? Is it vibration control? Is it, and that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of people might tell you that it's, them entering and exiting interdimensional portals. I won't go that far, but it is something, and it's interesting. So I think what we're seeing here is you have a body shape, and that's always good. It's like if there's no body shape and it's just a face, well then, who knows, right? But I just want to point out, so we have a body shape here that goes straight into a head shape. And then I think we have a shoulder here. This is a tree. This right here is a tree. So what we're looking at is this guy right here. And you can see parts of him here and here behind the bush, right? But I want to focus right here. Eye. There's a nose structure here. And a mouth. And then this right here, let's scale this down. This right here is a hairline outlining a face. Now let's look at it again with that knowledge, okay? See this like little widow's peak right here? So yeah, I think that Rebecca has a shot of something here. Well, I'm just gonna say it's a Sasquatch, some type of skunk ape. You see how there's like no neck? It just goes straight into head, and that's common. So good job, Rebecca. It didn't work out, did it? Let's go to the next one. All right. So I was looking at this one, and I was talking to Kathy about it the other night. This is Bigfoot World. Kathy Westerman, aim to frame. And this is an infrared camera, so you're not going to see color details here. But I want to look at what we do have. First of all, you got this sort of large shape right here, and then here and here behind what I believe is a bush right here. Okay. Once again, shoulders straight into the head. Not much of a neck there. And then we're going to see here, there, and here. So that's going to be your facial features. And again, on an infrared camera, you're not going to pick up super detail. But that's our guy. It's almost like he's looking that way. That's a guy. That's our skunk ape in this picture. So excellent work as always from Bigfoot World. Obviously appreciate everything that they're doing out there. Glad to see Kathy back in the field. Okay, so we got some, I don't want to, is it buffalo or bison? I don't know. I think they're two different things, right? I think these are bison. I'm not an expert on that subject, but anyway. So here's just a clear as day picture of a Sasquatch in the middle of this bison field. So I'm, you know, I always warn you guys about the AI that's going on in the world right now. I can't zoom this in any further, but what if we go into edit mode? Let's see. A little closer. So I can't offer you an exact reason why this is fake and AI, but I want you to look at some things here. Just look at the pixelation along the edge of the creature here. And you know, such a weird face detail. But I could let that go. Here's the problem. First of all, no visible genitalia. Okay, I'll give you that. The problem is, I've seen this picture before. So, I've seen this exact creature before. So, it's either, AI is recreating the same thing over and over again, or someone has taken this photo and photoshopped it, which you see. Can you see the photoshopping here? It's just, yeah, let's see this. It's all weird. It's photoshopped, but so they took it and they put it in this field of these bison to make it look, more legit. Because the bison are real. This is a real photo, maybe from like Yellowstone or something. I don't know, but could be somewhere else. We have bison here in Florida as well. But yeah, that's an AI. That's a fake creature. So like I said, I'd love to give you like a more like distinguishable reason, like something that you yourself could look for, other than the fact that we're learning how to recognize a Photoshop and an AI. Game over. All right. Here's okay. This is from obviously supposed to be from some game camera, although there's no markings that show it's a game camera, like time, temperature. There's always like the brand of it. Um, you know, there's not a ton of neck going on here, so whatever this is, I would say they've got that going for them. But there is some. But what is up with the shine? I know that there's claimed that their hair and skin is a little oily, but that's a heck of a shine. I guess we're speculating this is an infrared camera. Once again, these pop up every now and then, and it just makes the claim that the Sasquatch just walks right up to a game camera and just smiles in it. I mean, this one, quite literally. So I think, I don't know what's up with this suit, although it could be, that very well could just be a ghillie suit. I mean, look at the fur. I've heard there are Sasquatches with like matted hair, but usually their hair is pretty long and flowing, like 4 to 6 inch hair. Um, this looks like more like a ghillie suit to me, just sort of mangled up, whatever, to blend in with the environment. And then this guy, um, I can't prove that that's a mask necessarily, but it certainly looks like one to me. Like I've seen this before. Like it looks, maybe you guys could recognize it, but yeah, it looks common. So I'm gonna say ghillie suit and mask on that one, and I'm not gonna waste any more time uh, talking about that. So I thought this was interesting enough to throw in. Mysterious Creatures posted this saying it was from Oklahoma in 2018. What would you do if you came across this print? Well, I might get out of there if it was me, but we don't know how size, or I'm sorry, we don't know how large the shoe is, but I'm going to speculate that this is a female stepping here due to the leggings and into this sort of muckluck boot. So we could speculate that maybe this is a 6 to 8 inch foot. And if that's the case, that's about half of this haunch. That's about half of the size of this print, making this print maybe 12 to 14 inches. So I mean that's a pretty big, it's a pretty big print. And it's obviously not a Squatch. It has sort of canine characteristics, but it's not a canine print. Like I actually went and Googled canine prints to figure out, oh, maybe it's some sort of dog. No, I mean, it's not close to anything I could find out there, actually. All we can tell is that it's got this like sort of back area here, which we would assume is like a heel, this part here. And then that goes down into sort of like a ball of the foot here. And then you've got these like massive toe and claw areas. So that's your print. I mean, circumstantial evidence alone, I mean that's pretty impressive. And I'm looking at him like, so could we have faked this? Yeah, you could have. But what's weird is like, see how there's like no snow there, and then like there and there, and like all these like little pressure points. If you're gonna fake it, would you really think that far ahead to make it an uneven stance? Most people, when they fake stuff, it's very uniform because that's how our brains work. We're supposed to make things symmetrical, But in nature, things aren't symmetrical. So I don't know. Uh, as I say, I've said many times in the past, it's just another piece of evidence on the dogman pile. So still haven't gotten there yet, but there's a little bit. There's a little bit more. There's another piece. All right, back to Bigfoot World. This is Kathy's shot alone. She says that she saw this with her own eyes and was able to get a more of a clear picture of it, because she wasn't necessarily in motion. But there is a video. But she got a good shot of this guy. And he doesn't necessarily look happy, but I don't claim to know what a Sasquatch's emotions are like, so. So basically, same idea here. Very little neck, shoulder straight into the head. Looks like he's hiding behind all of this brush here. This is interesting. This is like, again, brush and like almost like a leaf or something there. And I can't tell. It looks like, to me, it looks like eye here and eye there. And then there's, of course, the mouth, and there's a little nose. But it looks like he's got like an eye slot through the bush. You know, I mean, it's different. I don't exactly know what's... You can see like his chin here too. And I don't exactly know what's going on with this foliage. But it almost looks like he's got it over his face, but he can still see through it. You know, and that's the idea, is he wants to remain hidden, but still be able to see. And, you know, there might be some other things going on here, you know, that goes down into here, but I don't really want to lead to that speculation. But, you know, it is there. And I can't, the other one I'm pretty solid on. I think that's just a Sasquatch. And I say just a Sasquatch, it's no big deal, but it's true. Kathy films Sasquatches all the time. So this one, though, I'm a little torn about. I don't know if this one is pareidolia, because I can see like two nostrils right there and like sort of a nose there. And then he might be behind foliage, which is here. You know, it's kind of hard to tell on that one. So anyway, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna focus on that one. I mean, it may be something and it may not, but this guy I think is the star of the show. So thank you once again, Kathy, for all your work out there in the field. So if anyone attended the live on Friday, our last live of the year, we had this guy focused, and we had a full-on discussion about this guy, or this, I'm sorry, this this person. We had a discussion about this particular Sasquatch looking creature. So this is not a new photo. I mean, it's been around for a minute, you know, but I just, every once in a while, I like to pull them back out and see what else there is to see. And I'll share some of the commentary from Friday night. And basically, it was that these areas here are breast tissue. And although this one seems to protrude a little more than this one, that was the general consensus, that it was breast. And, you know, I think you're going shoulder straight into head, just like you would expect to see. Down to the shoulder. Okay. So there's that. That's cool. Got a very human-like face, which I don't think any of us can discredit that. Some of these encounters are coming back as, you know, Gugway types, or just straight up old race of human. Like it's really, it's nuts. Like I was talking about the Peak Indians, and they refer to them as the old ones, you know. So it's just, it's anybody's game at this point. Is this real? Is this a real Sasquatch? Well, all right, maybe, but I don't like this, And I say I don't like it because I'm looking for a reason for this not to be real. Okay? Let that be known. That's my agenda because I don't believe this is a real picture. That doesn't mean it isn't. It just means that that's what I believe. And then I don't like this either. When we get down here, it looks to me that there is a boot separation from the rest of the body. It changes color, it changes size, it has shape. But then you get over to the other leg, and all you see this very like shadowed foot. I don't see a boot where I would expect to see one, which is up here. Damn it. All right, so I don't know. That's just, unfortunately, that's one of those things where I'm going to have to leave it there. I'm going to leave that up to you. Do you guys think this is a boot? Or is it just the creature's leg in shadow? But I look at this. To me, that's my problem right there. So that's literally my problem in a nutshell. It almost goes around. I think it's a boot. I think it's a boot and it's fake. I'm gonna call it. But you guys throw out your opinions. Tell me what you think. I don't think it's real. I wish it were, but I don't think it is. Wait a minute. Before we move on, where's the arm? Arm's right there. Arm is way above the knee. I don't think. Yeah, again, I don't think that's the case. Like, see how this arm, the left hand, sorry, I'm backtracking now, but do you see how the left hand is like level with the knee that is raised? And over here, the hand just goes right to the upper thigh where the knee is like down there somewhere. So if you're throwing that arm length scenario onto the pile as being evidence of a real Sasquatch, then I just don't think you can count this as one. Dennis Hurstad. I'm gonna have to talk to him one of these days about the correct pronunciation of his name, but I think it's Hurstad. Says, cryptic animal type. I mean, agreed. I would take a look at this creature and be like, I don't really. I mean, I'd almost call it some sort of dog, hyena type of creature rather than a bear or a Sasquatch. He's got some little pointy ears, not pointy, but little protruding ears at the top of his head. No way that's a Sasquatch. That's no way. And then his face, he's got like this sort of like a little muzzle thing going on there. Like, he almost looks like some sort of weird raccoon, but that's not it either. Doesn't really fit the bill. But see here, ear, a little ear there. And he's got two big eye sockets. And he's got like a nose, and then this is a muzzle right here. So I think Dennis calling this, cryptic is 100% because I don't know what it is. But I'll tell you what, he has got some really impressive pictures out in the world right now. So glad that he's on board. He is from Washington State, I believe. Dennis, you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. Good capture. All right, so I want to touch on these. This is going to be a little harder to grasp, but I want you guys just to stay with me. So this is a woman named Catherine Norris. She is from New Zealand. My Q is from New Zealand as well. She was born in New Zealand, but actually, from the Bahamas, but she was born in New Zealand. So I myself did not know that there were cryptid creatures in New Zealand. But it is a large enough area, and that, you know, Australia obviously has yowies. So I don't know if they refer to these as yowies over there in New Zealand, but let's walk through it real quick. So what we can see right off the bat, and you know, it's unfortunately blurry, but it is what it is, right? So I think we can see a mouth structure here. And then this right here is a cheekbone and a nose, eye there, an eye over here, and then you have a pretty obvious head structure here. And I'm going to throw out an opinion. I think this is a patch of white hair. I mean, you know, because it's just a perfect patch. And I mean, it's either that or somebody shaved this guy when he was asleep, but I don't think that's the case. So yeah, I think this is his head, and this is a patch of white hair. Because, you know, there's other stuff going on down here too. That could still, it could be white hair. I've heard people describe certain Sasquatches as looking older than others because of white patches or gray patches. I think this is a good example of that. I think this is an older Sasquatch. Stopped it. Thank you, Catherine, for your submission. In fact, we're going to dive right back into another one of her pictures because she's got a bunch. And I can't showcase them all on one show. So I'm just going to show a couple here. This one, for me, is pretty cut and dry. You got a head shape here. And forget about this. This is a branch or something. But you've got an eye socket, two eye sockets. You got a large, flat, hooded nose right there. And a mouth here and here. Again, broken up by what is probably just a tree branch. But that's our baby right there. So thank you, Catherine. And I appreciate all the pictures that you've been posting lately. These are fine pictures, and they're great. They're good evidence to put out there in the world to change the viewpoint on the existence of Sasquatch. And when we're able to change that viewpoint, the more and more people are feeling comfortable to come out and bring their evidence to the table and say, this is what I've got. And I think that's what we have to do, is continue to fight against these people that would hold you back because they don't understand. Guys, I really appreciate you listening. We are going to go ahead and take our break now till after the first of the year, and then we're going to come back and hit it hard again. We really appreciate everyone's support through Patreon or through our member section here on YouTube. Every little bit helps support the channel and helps us move forward. And that's really what we want to do. So we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas that's listening. And of course, you know, a Happy New Year. And that's it for us. All right. So we'll see you guys on the other side. J Mac out.